And in about 2015 or 16, we had a property on the Palm, which my wife and I owned privately, and we had a long-term tenant staying there. And I think it was the month of April or May, the tenant, just before renewing the contract, they were going to renew, stayed for a month and then disappeared. We walked in and the apartment was empty and they were gone. And of course, back then in May, you're not going to get a long-term tenant on the Palm.
Why not then?
It was a tough market, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back 5 years, 6 years, the market, the real estate market wasn't what it was like today. The demand wasn't there. So we had a choice of saying, let's leave it empty over the summer, and we had to invest a lot of money because the apartment was in a really bad state. The tenant was living there for, I think, 3 years, and she really destroyed it. She didn't take care of it at all. And my wife said, hey, listen, why don't we turn it into Airbnb for the rest of the year and see what happens? There was no law or rules for Airbnb back then in Dubai, and we said, you know what, let's do it. We threw a little bit of money behind it. When IKEA did it up, refurbished it, cracked the paint, repainted it, and all that kind of stuff, and we made double of in the 6 months we did what we would have done long-term rent in the year, and the next year, when during Ramadan we upgraded the entire apartment with better furniture, and we doubled our income. And it was doing really well. And then we put another property of ours on the market, and that did really well. Then some friends asked us, hey, listen, can you do it for us as well? We said, okay, you know what, might as well. We're doing it for ourselves, we'll do it for you. And all of a sudden it became a business. And then COVID hit. So our hotel supply business got closed down because all the hotels closed. But because of our relationships with the GMs of the hotels, we had, I think, about 30 properties in Dubai pre-COVID. The GMs didn't know what to do with their guests, right? Because they had to close down. So they lent their guests to us because they couldn't leave Dubai either, the guests, because the airports were closed.
Wow.
So all of a sudden we were full.